Hi, everyone. My name is Anna, and I'm the founder of RICE, a legal services company that helps businesses do their business worldwide. With almost a decade of experience in consulting clients with international business transactions, the main goal is to really help businesses build bridges that are strong enough to withstand the turbulence of policy. So, what is global compliance? Global compliance means ensuring that a business follows all the rules and regulations of each country that it does business in, as well as overreaching international laws set out in treaties, conventions, tariffs, quotas, etc. So, as you can see, there's this large chunk of legislation, both nationally and internationally, that might affect each and every transaction. The best measures are always preventative, and that's why before going global and starting your operations in another country, you need to understand the compliance that awaits. So let's see it in action. Let's say company A in country A and company B in country B establish a joint venture in company C, which is in country C. You have an overlap of 3 different countries, 3 different jurisdictions, and the international conventions that include all 3 countries. Just imagine how many potential areas exist where issues can arise. Double taxation, sometimes triple taxation, import and export specifics, limitation on foreign investments, state-specific regulations, and many others. Let's dive into some hypotheticals. I know every entrepreneur that's watching this right now knows exactly what I'm talking about. You're continuously faced with black swan events, as they call them. Whether it's a global pandemic or upcoming new policy changes, you're continuously faced with all these hurdles that arise out of nowhere. All of these things substantially affect the trajectory of how your business operates. Before we dive in, let me start off with a distinction between compliance assessments and compliance reports. Now, a compliance assessment is something that a legal services company provides for you. A compliance report is something that a business provides and is normally abiding by legislation. A compliance assessment is an analysis of how your organization needs to meet all regulatory compliance regulations. This should be a complete analysis of all the compliance duties that laws, regulations, and industry standards impose upon your business. The assessment includes a 6-step process. Step number 1, due diligence. Due diligence is a process of collecting all the legal information of your business, the parties involved, and the transaction itself. There's lots of back and forth communication during this time of auditing and legal assessment of what it is you do now, what you want to do in the future, who you want to do it with, and in which country. Step number 2 is to identify potential and current risks. Once we understand your company's operations and where compliance gaps will take place, the goal is to really identify the risks of where things can go wrong before they go wrong. This stage is crucial to begin the risk mitigation strategy. Step number 3 is to prioritize the most severe risks ahead and determine control measures for the remaining process. Step number 4 is testing. For all my CEOs and entrepreneurs watching this, I know that you know that everything might look great on paper, but when it actually comes down to fulfilling our obligations and compliance procedures, we were going to meet unexpected twists and turns along the way. So at this point, it's critical to really test how the strategy works. Which brings us to step number 5, reevaluation. This is the step where we loop back to the beginning of our compliance assessment and pivot our strategy to the new hurdles. Step number 6 is to adjust. So we loop back to the beginning of the compliance assessment. We reevaluated, we tested, and now we act, all while keeping our hands on the pulse. Compliance doesn't need to be overwhelming, as long as you strategize, adjust, and keep your pace. If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe. I will post lots of informative videos on the topic of international business transactions. If you feel that you're ready for a free consultation, go ahead and click the link below. And till next time.